Hey folks, welcome back. Ting here, Countyline Forge. Today we're in kind of a need a tool, make a tool mode. I've been making a sledgehammer. I did it on my live stream a couple different times, punching and drifting, and I've had several people involved in making this hammer, helping out a little bit as we go. So we finally got it to where we're finished forging. Got to make a handle for it, and the size of the eye for the size of this hammer means that I'm going to have to make the handle because I can't source the handle locally for it to fit it. So I've got to make a handle, and to make a handle I need a draw knife, and I don't have one of those. So we're going to be making a draw knife today. Alright, the material we're going to use for the draw knife is just going to be a rail clip. I've never used one of these before. All the questions I've asked, I'm putting my faith in the folks that know and going with what they're telling me. This is equivalent to about a 1070 steel. It's a good high carbon steel. So I'm going to treat it as such. It's for me, of course. I don't mind using scrap and unknown steel, test steel. But before we harden it, I'm definitely going to, or before we heat treat it, I definitely am going to cut a piece of it off to use for to do some tests on. One for water, one for oil, one for air. See how it does. But there's more than enough material here. I'm not going to bore you with all the straightening it. I'll do some clips of it, some shots of me getting it straightened out and then drawn out, because it's definitely a lot more material than I'm going to need. So what I'll do once I straighten this out, I'll draw it out into a nice piece, usable piece with the press. I'll forge the rest of it by hand from there. I'll forge the draw knife at the anvil. I just want to use the press to draw it out, thin it up, and get it a chunk of this that's in a usable size for me to make my draw knife. So I'll show you some shots of that and everything, but the majority of the video is going to be forging the draw knife here at the anvil. Probably going to split it into two videos. I'll make the draw knife, I'll forge it, heat treat it and everything like that in this video. Then the next video is going to be cleaning it up and getting a handle on it and testing it out and getting it used. Then I'll probably make a video of me attempting to make a sledgehammer handle. I can make handles, I don't enjoy it. That's why I do the pre-made. But I mean, it's not the lack of skill, it's the lack of pleasure found in doing it. But anyways, let's get it started. We're gonna get the forge heated up, get this thing stretched out, and move on from there, guys. Stick with me. Alright, as you see, I've got a piece laid out here. I'm going to go ahead and cut that excess from this mark this way off. I want about 12 inches to work with there. So I'm going to Get that cut off there, and then we'll start forging the draw line. Okay, we're gonna come out. We've got our mark 2 inches there. I want to set down 2 inches on the here side. Goes this side over here, do the same. I want an 8-inch plate on the draw line, if you haven't noticed. Now make sure that you do your set downs on the same side of the workpiece, like so. Okay. Now I may end up bringing that to a 7-inch. That may be a little more than I need once I draw this out, but it doesn't hurt to start there and draw that out. So we'll go from there. With the side of my hammer like a fuller tool, chop it, draw that out, turn around to our flat face, planish it up, going? Alright, go back in the fire. If you go too far, I think I'm going to take one more half a cube of material. Go ahead and set that down, and we'll do the same on the other side. And I'm going to draw that down on the horn to prevent a cold shut. Right there. From the previous set down. Get that pushed back using the round eye of the hammer. Turn over, planish a little bit, and see how we push that in without causing a cold shut from the previous set down. Okay, now that you've got that fixed, go back to your set down and bring it down. Clean it up. Alright, I'm going to draw this handle down from about here out and round it up a little bit so when I drill the wood and put it on there, it'll just be an epoxy on a friction fit handle. I'm not going to pin it or anything. I'm going to burn it in and then epoxy it. Alright, we're drawing out where we want, so we're going to measure here. Inch.
doing our octagon on it now. Right. Right now we are right at 5 3/4. This one's right at 6. Once we do that octagon, we'll have it right at 6 inches. They'll be both exactly the same. Alright, we're going to take this thing down to about 1/4 inch. It's at about 5/16 now. So really, I'm just going to flatten it out, clean it up. That should get us where we need to be. Clean out the highs, then come in with a flatter. I am going to forge the bevel. It's a single bevel tool. Main thing to remember, this is a single bevel tool, so you want to lay it flat when you start beveling. You don't want to hold it at an angle and forge it at an angle. You want to lay it flat. Slowly go back and adjust your curve. Don't let it bow back on you none. Around to that, and we'll have the bevel where we want it. I'll leave it a little thick before I harden it. One more time around.
Alright, there it is, folks. We're going to straighten this edge out on the grinder this way. Got a nice little curve to the back. It's just ever so slight curve. It's been normalized. It's time to start grinding, cleaning it up, get our bevels ground, take it down to heat treat thickness, get ready to heat treat it. Okay? Take it over here to the grinder. I'm going to throw a 30 grit on here and we're going to go to town on it. It ain't going to take too long with a 30 grit. So hang out. Enjoy it. Alright, she's rough ground, nice and thin edge, ready for heat treat. Back's cleaned up, flattened out. I'm going to straighten that blade out a little bit before I heat treat it, because you can see it's kinda got a little bit of a bow to it. Not bad, but just a hair. So you need to fix that. Spine's straight, but there's a little bit of a bow, I guess, from grinding out some of the imperfections in the blade back here. I went a little further than I wanted to in the center, but it's okay. We got a good even edge thickness. I can straighten that out. Then we're gonna probably do some filing here to create a shoulder on both of these. Just a little shoulder for a stop for the handles when we put the handles on. Okay. Alright, folks, that's going to do it for this one. There she is. She's hard as glass right now. You can tell by the martensite conversion, that's what the gray is. That's how you know that that's a very good visual indicator that you have a good conversion of your steel to its hardest form. Okay, so now what we're going to do for the next video, it's going to be tempering, or I'm going to temper it before the next video, but it's going to be finish grinding this, clean it up. We're going to bend these with a torch, the handles, clean these handles up and get them ready to receive, or clean the, I guess you call them tangs, clean the tangs up, ready to receive the handles and start working on some wooden handles. I've got some decent wood picked out, I think, for it. Hopefully it'll work out well. We'll see. But all in all, so far, doing very well, I think. We're going to get this in the oven now before it gets broke, because it's brittle. We're going to get it tempered up, guys. If you enjoyed watching this, hit the like button down below. Leave me a comment if you got any suggestions. Like I said, this is my first crawl night, guys. So be gentle, but I love knowledge. Let me have it. Tell me what I did wrong and what I could improve. If you see anything I could improve, and always thanks for watching. We're going to catch you on the next one.